Here we go. Let's do this shot filter here. Let's not do that. What's up, guys? Give me just a moment. What is up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Team B, Doom Ducky, McCash, welcome in. There's my Jin Jin. Here we go. Who was first, boy? Welcome in, everybody. Yes, there we go. You threw it up there before I could say anything. What's up, Doom Ducky? How you doing, man? Sup, BMC? What's up, Louise? How's everyone doing this afternoon? Hopefully y'all can hear me a little better with this microphone here. Is it actually helping with the sound clarity? If not, I'll go on ahead and take it out. Finished up some chores, all right. Gotcha. So how's everybody doing this afternoon? You know, hopefully you had a good morning. Hopefully you're having a great afternoon. Unfortunately, our afternoon got rain. And mine was spent on the day-go. Boom. Keeping yourself busy, that's the way, my love. You know, got to keep yourself busy to be able to, you know, take your mind off things. But yeah, so interesting things developed. You know, normally I give some news or something like that around this time. Some interesting things have developed and some horrifying developments. And then I don't know, development. So to start, we'll get out with just the new developments. All right, guys. So it rained again. Guys, these flash floods are getting bad. Have y'all seen the videos? The time-lapse videos? Within 3 minutes, the banks septupled their size. It's insane. Yes, I have seen Metal Family Show on YouTube. Keep sleeping. I got the notification. I have a special sound for your lives. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Metal Family is actually something you might find interesting there, hon. It's kind of funny. It's about a Northern European family that, you know, the guy's a slender little scrawny guy with long hair that's kind of a hair band metal guy. And his wife is a biker chick that's got long red hair, big muscles, and it's just all like manly and everything. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, the Metal Family rocks. Definitely, it's hilarious. It's hilarious and it's awesome at the same time because the way he gets her to fall in love with him, it's absolutely hilarious because he won't leave her alone. He just keeps chasing her down, only to give her keys back. Trying to find shows to binge watch. I got you. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Sometimes I've been binge watch animes like episodes 1 through 12 on YouTube here. I'll catch animes in English because I don't have like Crunchyroll or anything like that because I don't have a computer. So, and my smart TV for some reason won't get on Crunchyroll. But anyway, long story short, I watch them here on YouTube. And some of them are pretty interesting. There's this one where this guy walks around with a giant dire wolf kind of thing. And he keeps feeding it different dishes that Japanese people make and everything like that. And it teaches you how to cook it as he's doing it and everything. And man, it's interesting to watch because the wolf thing keeps going. crazy. All right, Jen, we'll see you in a minute. What's up, Tyler? All right, Doom Ducky. Stranger Things is awesome. There's an app on the Play Store called Venobox. It has every anime you can think of for free. All right, BMC. You on, brother. I'm going to have to check that out. Venobox. All right. She'll be right back. She usually always is. So, yeah, guys. I sat down. I ate me a little breakfast. Was getting ready to go out. Grabbed up all my stuff. Got all my armor on. Even put my tunic on this time. And stepped outside to rain. And it ain't a good idea to get this wet. Sweating in it a little bit is one thing. But getting it sopping wet is a bad idea. So I'm going to get fat at this point if the rain don't quit. Fatter. I'm tired of being fat. Is there an app on Play Store called, Yes, I can finally watch Assassination Classroom for free. I haven't started that one yet. I watched the anime DBZ, One Piece, Naruto. Solo Leveling is awesome. All on Venobox. Okay. No, actually, Tyler, this is kind of new. We get a lot of rain, and we usually have at least a couple floods a year, but we've never had it like this. Okay, this is bad. It's not only that, but up north is seeing a record amount of rainfall. And anytime it rains a lot up north, like around Ohio and, North Carolina and things like that, and their rivers swell, well, that water only goes one direction. Down here towards Texas or Mississippi. It goes through the Mississippi River or the Neches River and all of its tributaries. And guys, that's tons, hundreds of tons of water, all rolling down and accumulating as it goes. It's a snowball effect. And by the time it got down here, it was just devastating. Just absolutely devastating. Because, that actually was bringing me to my horrifying development. There are a lot of lives that have been lost. A lot of lives. Hundreds that have been lost. And including an entire camp of young women that were there for a Christian funeral. They were camping beside the river as an activity. Guys, the water rose 45 feet in 30 minutes. They stood no chance. By the time they got up, and realized what was going on, they were being rushed out the river. And may the gods have mercy on those poor little children. May some of them be found alive. But I don't see it. So yeah, guys, this is a tragedy that has affected my state. And it is an absolute atrocity that I have found on YouTube, which is people saying that Texas deserves this, that we deserve these floods, that nobody should care about these people dying. Guys, there's people of every color dying. But yet people want to come on here and claim that racism caused these floods and that these floods are the result of our own folly. Guys, no, that's not right. This is nature being nature. I just explained to you exactly what caused it. Now, to say that natural disaster is racism in action, is literally our punishment for being born white, is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. You know, what if we said that every single life that was taken in the hood was, you know, the result of y'all being racist? You know, I ain't afraid to say this. Let me get demonetized, whatever. I don't care. You know, this is ridiculous to sit here and say that 40-something little girls deserved to die because they were supposedly racist is unbelievable. How low can humanity step? How unbelievably disrespectful, disgraceful, absolutely foul way of thinking has entered these people and refuses to let go. There are reasons behind natural disasters. None of them have to do with a political standing. None of them have to do with anything other than nature being nature. We're having an excessive heat wave, which is causing an excessive amount of moisture in the air, which is causing storms to build consistently. And guys, it's clashing with the north, which is causing these extreme storm systems to keep barreling through North Carolina and Ohio and all these places. And all that water rushes down to us. The Ohio River doesn't go all the way into the ocean. The Ohio River goes all the way into the Mississippi, which leads all the way into the ocean. So guys, these are all just natural things. It has nothing to do with racism. And to sit there and open your filthy damn mouth and literally accuse us of deserving and earning our wives, our sons, our daughters, our mothers, and our fathers to die? How dare you? Because I tell you now, it doesn't matter what Lord is up there. He has put a strike on your name. A strike of ugliness that will never, never go away. He has marked you, and you will stay that way. And when you get to hell, my pagan ass will be looking at you going, fuck you, it's time to mess you up. And guess what? I'll probably get there before you. And when I do, I'm going to be waiting. So yeah, come on, guys. Really think. Use your heads before you guys decide to go and do these TikToks. What if it was the other way around? What if it was the other way around? And I'm not talking about still happening here in Texas. I'm talking about what if it happened in your hometown? These people that want to talk so much shit. What if it happens in your hometown? What if a tornado rips through your hometown? Is it the fault of your own racism? Is it your own actions that brought about that tornado? Is it your own hatred that swirled in the sky and caused a funnel cloud that touched down and destroyed your home? At this point, maybe. Because it's divine retribution. I don't care which God you serve. It would be divine retribution. There would be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There'd be no ways around it. You know, it is a very, very, very cruel world that we live in when death is wished upon children over a concept as dumb and as simply gotten rid of as racism. Guys, it's so easy to get rid of racism. You want to know how to do it? Morgan Freeman said it best. Quit fucking talking about it. Quit bringing it up. Quit playing the card. Don't use it. Strike it from the language. You know what happens? In 20 years, nobody will remember because it'll be replaced by another word. More than likely be replaced by another cause. Why? Because the powers that be are always going to try to pit us against each other. Because if we are pitted against each other, we cannot use our fucking heads to realize what the hell is actually going on. We can't figure out for ourselves that, what's up, Prime? What's up, Maria? You know, that's this hate, this absolute wave of insanity that's coming over the entire world. There's people giving fake news over in other countries. There's countries that are giving the right news. There's countries that are getting, you know, the media is not free. It is not controlled, or it is not, you know, uncontrolled. Someone is pulling the strings. Someone is deciding what blocks to put in the press. All right, guys, in case you didn't know, the way a printing press works is you actually set down blocks and create a plate, and it presses down. So, yeah, they decide the blocks that go in the plates. Guys, if you ever want to kind of see what's going on right now, go and watch the History of Russia Tetris song. And guys, it's eerily similar. It's eerily similar. The only difference is Russia had the balls to rise up and overthrow stupid leaders. Constantly. What have we done? What have we done to actually say no to a president, or no to a law, or no to a rule that we did not agree with as a nation? Since when have we agreed on anything as a nation? To be fair, think about that. Since when have we agreed upon anything as a nation? Aside from when the Twin Towers was hit. When that was hit, we agreed upon something unanimously as a nation. Which was, we needed to show patriotism. Guys, you realize they're calling the American flag is now a racist symbol? The American flag has never been a racist symbol. The American flag is the most inclusive thing on the fucking place of this earth. And the reason being is because it literally means equality to all. Equality to all. Yes, these people love to just spread hate and ignorance and stupidity and brain rot. Nobody wants to spread the truth. Nobody wants to say what's really going on. Nobody wants to actually sit there and open their mouth, especially not a white guy. Oh no, don't let a white guy do it. Oh no, 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 no. You know, he's going to be branded a racist. He's going to be branded this. He's going to be branded that. Come at me. Come at me. It might bother me a minute, but you know what you are going to do? You're going to make yourself look like a fool. You're going to get me watch hours. That's all you're going to do. That's all you can do. And guys, if you really and truthfully want to know anything about me, Google my name, Clint Lamar Gage. Go ahead. I dare you. Clint Lamar Gage, Southeast Texas. Look me up. Outstanding citizen. Thank you. So, with that being said, I still have a sneaking feeling that these problems are only going to get worse. Not just the flooding, but the people. The people that are wanting to open their mouths. The people that are wanting to sit there and point fingers and say, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. And then turn it from that into, you need to die, no, you need to die. What the hell? Since when did death become the only option for somebody disagreeing with you. You know what that sounds like? The Holy Roman Empire. You disagree with me, so I'm going to kill you. Attila the Hun. Hitler. That's the big one. Oh, yeah, that's the big one. But, you know, come on, guys. You know, think about it. Look at what's going on. Read a history book. Read a real history book, not one from a school. You know, go to your actual, you know, library, Barnes and Noble, or wherever it is you buy books. Go there. Read some real history books. See what really happened. You know, there's a lot of things you can learn. Honestly, there's a lot of people who can learn some things too. And you know, guys, the biggest thing that we need to learn is emotional control. Because it's gotten to the point where it's looking like segregation is going to happen again. And that's not even cool. But the segregation is not going to be to discriminate against anybody but whites, is how this is playing out, which is ridiculous. Why are our sons and daughters being forced to apologize for being born a skin color they had no choice in? Why are our sons and daughters being made to be humiliated for a choice they had no say-so in? For deeds they didn't even know existed. Why are they being punished for things that no one really thinks of anymore? You know, it's nobody even does anymore. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know I have Irish in me, a little bit, and I know one of those Irish folks came over as a slave on the Mayflower. Yeah, as a slave, an Irish white man was a slave. And guys, I'm not calling for reformation. I'm not calling racism. I'm not calling systematic oppression. Am I saying the system's dumb as shit, needs to be freaking rebooted? Yes. I am saying that. The system is stupid as hell. I mean, when I got to call 3 separate numbers to refill my prescriptions, that is dumb. That is dumb. When I have to literally set up doctor's appointments just to be able to get the medication I need, after it's already established that I need it. Why? These are things that need to be fixed. You know, I can no longer get my 3-month supply. I now have to only get 1 month at a time. Which you would think, you know, hey, oh well, just keep up with it, guys. It's a little easier for me to mark it on a calendar and wait. You know, and sometimes if I've got to refill everything within a month, the guys, they don't always answer the phone whenever I start calling, man. I've been calling for 3 days trying to get a hold of this medication, and I finally just now got it. You know, I'll be able to get it tonight. But it's ridiculous the hoops you got to jump through just to get your prescriptions filled. Yeah. Village idiots are in charge. Oh my God. They're thinking out their butts. I mean, seriously. It's like these guys wake up one morning and they're like, how can I screw the people today? Okay, I'll pass this bill. You know? And I'll make them think they wanted it. Do you see? That's the deal. Make you think you want it. Everybody's like, well, we voted for Biden. Well, so what you voted for? Or we voted for Kamala. So what you voted for Kamala? Guess what? The problems would still be here. Doesn't matter who's in office. The problems still would have happened. War still would have started in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. The bombing still would have happened in Kashmir. You know, Russia and Ukraine would still be at war. And America would still be expected to help. So, guys, think about it. There'd be no difference. The only difference is we wouldn't have this immigration bill issue. But now, we might have another bill that come in that took more money away from us or took more rights away from us. So, guys, you got to think. You know, every president is going to come with some serious drawbacks because they're always going to push their own agenda now. They're no longer going to care about what's good for the people. They no longer believe in those words, we the people, for the people, by the people. They no longer believe in those three words, in those three little phrases. You know, they no longer believe in freedom. I think with meds you have to take for the rest of your life should not be expensive. Yeah, I know. Luckily, this is only $18. Yeah, politicians, none of them are any good. I don't, well, there's two politicians I've ever heard of that I thought were really, really good. And that is literally the governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was absolutely incredible as a governor. And then, of course, there was Jesse the Body Ventura, who was also very good as a governor as well. So, funny how wrestlers and action movie stars make good heroes in real life. So, I mean, yeah, there'd have to be some laws changed for old Arnold to get into office, but, I mean, no different than Trump trying to declare himself king. America has never had a king, never will. There is no reason for a King's Day. I'm so glad nobody showed up to that. But there's some things he's doing that I agree with and some things I disagree with. I mainly just... And then there's some of them I agree and disagree with. Oh, politics are so complicated. That's why I tend not to talk about them too much. Because it's hard to articulate my thoughts when it comes around politics. Yeah, he is trying to kind of be a dictator a little bit, man. I'll agree with that. Definitely. Oh. What's up, Trash? How you doing, man? Yeah, I don't think anybody really likes politics anymore. I think the few people that like politics are the ones that benefit from it. Or the ones who like to complain about it. Me personally, I only complain about what affects me. You know, and only if it affects me negatively. If it doesn't, if it affects everybody else or some people in my particular demographic, then that's fine. But, you know, I'm going to feel bad for them. Like the people that are going to start losing their disability that they've had for so freaking long, that they've relied on for so long. You know, good to see you're chilling, man. But that they've relied on for so flipping long. Who is the boss just who created a tax bill? Yeah, I got you there, Ara. Very true. We have the right to. Yeah, we guys, did you know if every American decided, I'm not going to pay taxes? If every single American decided I'm not going to pay taxes, I'll pay it on my groceries, I'll pay it on everything else, but I'm not going to pay taxes. Guys, you know they can't do nothing? Like, I'm 100% for real. If every last one of us quit paying taxes at the same time, what would the government do? They cannot arrest all of America. Not all at once. They can't do it. They might arrest the few people who bring it together, such as myself. You know, but what could they do? If every last American decided one day that we're not going to vote. We're not going to let anybody set foot in this White House. And just every single American went to Washington, D.C. and flooded that White House. What are they going to do? Are they going to shoot on their own people? Are they going to literally start blasting a crowd of people that can honestly overpower them and outnumber them? No. You know what they're going to do? They're going to back down. They're going to give us what we want. But we have to be unified as an American people for that to happen. We have to finally put aside petty differences and sit there and be like, and yes, racism is petty. You know, systematic oppression is petty. Feminism, you know, toxic masculinity, all that bullshit, it's petty. It's petty, it's dumb, it's not needed, and it's very, very, very apologetically un-American. Because there's so much of this insanity going around right now. And we're glorifying the smallest margins of people sometimes. And we're glorifying criminal activity. You know, we're making kids think it's okay to, you know, brandish guns and shoot at people and do drugs and, you know, all these kinds of things. We're making them think it's okay with all of our music. Like, guys, that's why I don't listen to American music. Like, at all. You know, and call me un-American. But it is my American right to choose not to go with this culture anymore. And that's why I was seriously thinking about saving up cash and moving to Sweden. Getting my passport and heading on to Sweden. You know, first I'd fly out there to test it out, see what it was like, try to spend like a summer up there or something. But then after that, I would seriously think about moving. American Viking, great speech. Thank you. But yeah, God bless America. I really hope we fix ourselves. Because right now, guys, she ain't shining from sea to sea. She's burning. She's flooding. She's fighting. Guys, there's more chaos going on in our country right now than there was during the goddamn Civil War. Seriously, the Civil War, guys. Like, even the American Revolution didn't have this much chaos. But this is on the level of Salem witch trials insane. You know, every side's calling for the life of the other, except for, and I'm literally going to say this, you can get pissed. You know, I can get booted out of YouTube, whatever, but I'm going to say this. The only ones that are mostly minding their business is us white folk. We are trying to mind our business. We are trying to just be like, okay, if we just shut up and, you know, don't say anything and let them have their little time and everything like that, and then all this will blow over. Guys, it ain't going to blow over. It ain't going anywhere now. It's here. It's part of the culture. You know, when we have children that are talking about being racist and enjoying it against white people, because they're the only ones you can be racist against. That's their little words. They're the only people that you can be racist against because it's not racism if they're white. Guys, these are people's literal, honest-to-God words. You know, you can't be racist to a white folk. A white folk is always racist. You know, you can't say anything slanderous to a white person because they all racist. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. Guys, if y'all ever heard of a side bunny, you ever heard of a side bunny? I guarantee you ain't heard of no side bunny. But let me educate you, dear. A side bunny is a white girl that gets passed around by all the black dudes. That's a side bunny. And guys, they exist. Only reason why I can say that is my sister's a side bunny. A drug-addicted side bunny. So, I know this. You know? It's not some unknown culture to me. That's why I don't have a problem with black folks. I've spent literally majority of my youth around them because that's the only people my sister will date. Pisses my family off, and I think it's hilarious. Anything that actually kind of hurts on their nerves kind of makes me go hee. But it's just because they've kind of treated me like poop my whole life. So anytime I get to see somebody get a leg up on them, I'm just like, oh man. Forgive me for that. But yeah, Odin's gonna kick my for that later. Couldn't even talk about God in schools anymore. Yeah, you can't. You can't go live in Singapore? Nice. Drugs make a man think out of the box. Well, he does. I ain't gonna lie, I took my afternoon dosage before I came on here, guys. I always do. But I ain't got much left. But I've got my medical card. I did mine legally. It's kind of like, old Arnold said to Whoopi Goldberg whenever he shut her down about the immigration thing. He's like, I did it legally. Well, I did it legally. I got my stuff on file. But it's not even so much that. It's literally, I think out of the box anyways, is schizophrenic. You have to in order to overcome normal everyday tasks. Because if you're seeing something that when you're normally not going cuckoo cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you're looking over here, you end up having to memorize your whole surroundings and exactly where everything is. Because you've got to know if you're looking over here, even though you're seeing it all funky, you've got to have known exactly how many steps you take, where you turned at, this table's here, that couch is there, and you've got to remember what's on there. So if there's something new, you touch it, it kind of freaks you out, But what's in my left ear? There's nothing in my left ear. That's my right ear. And that's a speaker. Are you talking about that? That's an earring, man. My ear's gauged. It's got the helm of awe in it, if y'all could ever see it. But it's got a Viking rune placed inside of it. But yeah, that's just an earring. If it's dead, I might as well decorate it. I wish it was legalized here in Alabama. We'll be one of the last to legalize it. All right, no, Clint, that's your left ear with your speaker. Wait. But no, that's my right ear, dude. It's left to you guys because of the camera. But it's my right, that's my left. But yeah, I promise you, don't confuse me here, damn it. I know because I wear this ring on my right hand because that's the hand I smith with. So yeah, don't confuse me. I get you, CS Ghost. Yeah, my Jin's left-handed. She's definitely left. Which means she probably came through a mirror somewhere. I'm joking. But y'all ever heard that mirror people are, everyone who's left-handed is a mirror person? I always thought that was hilarious. I used to freak my cousin out with that, though. Oh, they banned Delta 8 products. Oh, wow. Changed the camera angle? Probably with my foot. That's my right. That is my right. That's the hand I write and draw with. That's my right side. Oh, cool. That's interesting. Oh, I heard my wrist for a second there pop whenever I was flailing around. But that's just because I've messed up that wrist before. Many, many, many times. His right, our left. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Tyler. So I'm like, this is my right side, you goobers. But I love you guys. Y'all make me laugh. So thank y'all so much. Oh, man. I've got to run to the restroom. I'm still fighting those deadgum monsters. If I could actually get it out of my mouth. Oh, my God. I'll leave this here so y'all don't. All right, everyone, I am back. I had to take the headphone off because I'm pretty sure y'all didn't want to hear that. Welcome in, Louise. Hello, Funky Terror. Hello, hello. Oh, shut. You thirsty, baby? Give me just a second. Daddy got you covered. Yeah, he does. Daddy's got you covered. Hold on a second, guys, while I water my dog. There you go. All right, man. So, guys, I want to thank everyone who showed up today for sure. Hopefully, we got a few likes and subscriptions today. So, yeah, sorry about the rant, though. But apparently, everybody liked the speech. So, I felt really strongly whenever I seen those people saying that my state deserved all this death and destruction. You know, and it's just right. I mean, it's just not right at all. Today is my first friend's birthday. His name is Gabby, and he is the first friend I got in school when I went to Olo. Oh, okay, cool. Tell him I said happy birthday, man. It's one of the few places on YouTube where I can just be me. Thank you, man. Love you, mama. Love you, papa. Love yourself. Be kind and always find a way to help. Guys, I found a couple videos of YouTubers covering people saying that. I've got a couple of people that cover TikToks and stuff like that. And, what is her name? I never remember her name, just her face. She's a young mixed girl, and she's incredibly brilliant. She's got a great show. And she does a lot of political and a lot of reaction videos to TikToks and everything like that. And one of my favorite ones is when she reacts to woke videos. That's hilarious. Because some of them people are just like people think I'm weird. You know, those people, huh? You know, 47 genders, excuse me? What? But yeah, you can just look up videos. People blaming floods on racism. People blaming people saying Southeast Texas deserves it. Look up those videos. There's people talking about it. I know you miss your mama, my Jen. I'm sorry. Well, guys, we have got 15 minutes left. I've been told I have 87. I just keep them in check. Watching Red Bull soapbox racing, and bro, now I want to be in it. Oh, I bet you that would be fun. I've never heard of soapbox racing. Unless it's something like what was in the Little Rascals, and probably. The doctor. So yeah, it was the doctor. After they examined me for a month straight in Ohio. I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Suncrest or something like that. Oh, she's still around, my love. She's still around. She's just unable to be seen. They did month-long tests on me and everything like that, triggered them, all kinds of stuff. So it was kind of a blur for me because I was on so many different kinds of medications until they finally got me on the ones I take now and realized that these kind of do the job. But that whole thing was just a blur. I just have it down in my paperwork. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I don't think of them so much as personalities as impulses that come with their own mood changes. It's kind of like my mood and my voice changes to go with the attitude. Why don't I make an Instagram account? I haven't really honestly wanted to yet. I was just seeing how this is going to work on YouTube first. Really, man, I went in and they started doing a bunch of cross references with me and showing me different kinds of cards for visual stimuli and put me under different kinds of stresses and everything like that to see exactly what comes out. And depending upon certain circumstances and what was going on, it depends on which part of me comes out. Like the part of me that you guys always see, and the part of me that is the real me, in my opinion, the personality I like to keep the most, is inquisitive. He's curious about the world, and he's kind and he's caring. He's not a jerk. He's all my positive emotions. Or at least I try to build it up in all my positive emotions. I still have my anger outburst every now and then. But then there's one that's all my pure negative emotions. And, that one even comes with its own hallucination I call the heartbroken. And there's very complex levels to everything that goes on. When I'm super goofy and a little on the naughty side, that's another personality. But when I'm just super silly and just having fun and bouncing around, that's a whole other side to me. Each and every time those happen, my voice will change, and sometimes even the way that I hold myself or walk, it will change. But that's why some people find it difficult to be around. That's why some people find it difficult to understand me, because one moment I sound normal, the next moment everything's turned around. Like if I'm super, super, super stressed out, I've been known to create completely new personality. That's why I have so many, because of all the abuse and pain that I suffered growing up. And I wanted friends as a kid. I didn't get my first friends until I got into high school. And I do mean high school. There's thunder in your area. I got you. It's like, really? I can hear that crap. Yeah, be safe, man. But yeah, naughty side sounds fun. Good lord. CS Ghost. But anyway, there's a lot of different facets to any human. Every personality has got a multitude of different emotions and different ways they feel, different ways they act depending upon where they are. And guys, these show through when you're schizophrenic. Well, at least my schizophrenia, because it does affect everybody differently. That is something the doctor told me. The symptoms are the same, which is what they look for, but it affects everybody differently. Like, what I see might not be the same thing somebody else sees. And to be fair, I've never actually met anybody who really actually did see what I see. Most of them I think are just kind of fibbing a little bit. And the reason being is because I face down the barrel of a gun, but whenever I start having hallucinations about these things, I can cry. I definitely cry. Post-adolescent developmental schizophrenia due to brain damage. Functional post-adolescent developmental schizophrenia. That's got to throw the functional in front, because there's two different types. Yeah, you never do. But that's what they diagnosed me with. That's what they told me I have. And I just really honestly haven't bothered to look it up. I just know what I go through. I take my medication. I go to my doctor, and I sit back and enjoy myself. I just know that no reason for me to look it up, because concussions, yes. I had several concussions. How'd you know I had 12 of them, CS Ghost? What's up, Sean? I'm now free for the day. I miss you too, buddy. But yeah, I had 12 concussions before I was 8. But yeah, I miss you too, buddy. Unfortunately, it came in late. But yeah, that was what caused my brain damage. Some of them were my fault. I'll admit. Quite a few of them were. Yeah, we're 56 minutes in, man. Yeah, I had 12 concussions before I was 8 years old. That's the honest truth. About 7 of them were caused by child abuse, and then the others were caused by me being a little boy. Oh, falling out of trees, doing martial arts without padding on. One of them, I was working, wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, got kicked in the head by a cow. Because it was my job whenever I was a little boy to, Pawpaw said that I want you to look in there and make sure their hooves are okay. And because I was little, so I could just, yeah, hooves are fine, Pawpaw. If I seen them picking their leg up or, moving their leg in a certain way, I knew that their leg was injured. But I stuck my head in the wrong spot, and when I did, I got drilled. Oh man, thanks, buddy. But yeah, I got straight up just dong and got domed. So yeah, they were my fault. Boy being a little boy. So I should only had probably about four of them or so. You know, maybe five on my own. But hello, Brooklyn. Thank you very much, Sean. Not enough. I don't know enough CSGOs to do anything other than defend myself. I don't know. I'm not like a black belt or nothing. But I know enough to be able to defend myself rather well. I've got a pretty damn good punch. I'm pretty good with my grapple game. Actually, I'm really good with my grappling game. If I get my hands on you, you're in some trouble. It's best to dance around me and not let me get you. But if I get you, I got you. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you, my Jin Jin. Guys, I've got to run to the restroom one last time, and then I'm going to come back, say goodbye, and then it'll be the end of the show, guys. Okay? We'll see you then. Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. I have returned. Oh! How am I good at grappling people? Simple. When I get a hold of you, I bring you to the ground and I get you in either an arm bar or a chimera or something like that, and I break you. That's how I'm good at grappling. That and I can take a hit like a freaking champ. Okay, cool. Yeah, coughing fits do suck bad. Anyway, so guys, I just want to say thank you all for being here. And thank you so much for listening if you've been here this whole time. I hope you have a great, wonderful day. Any advice on gaining more subscribers? Man, hit the... You're from Orange? Okay, CS Ghost. Okay, cool. But hit the trends in the shorts and just start hitting any of them that you like that suit you. And you never know, you might shoot off from them. That's kind of what happened to me. I stumbled across an accidental success. But that's cool, CS Ghost. Thank you. But yeah, I'm from Southeast Texas, man. No, I'm from Coots. Maybe, dude. Just maybe. That'd be neat. East Alabama. Yeah, I like Alabama. It was actually a lot of fun when I was there. But guys, it's time for me to go. You know, love you all. Backbone of YouTube, absolute lifeblood of the show. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for the 14 likes. We'll see you all here next time. Same channel, same location, around the same time, hopefully earlier. But we'll catch you all then. See you from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama, love your papa, love yourself. Be kind, always find a way to help. See you later, everybody.